This is the second part of income statement tutorial. If you are new to my channel or if you did not watch the first part, I'll recommend you watch first part, then you come back here, okay? I'll put the link in the description, watch it, otherwise many things you will not understand. Okay, so here in the first part, we calculated gross profit. It was $59,735. Okay, now we will see the question, what items will be appeared here. Okay, so we have here revenue, it is taken, inventory purchase, these are taken. Okay, rent and rates, it will come here in this income statement. Then operating expenses, wages, these two also will appear here. Okay, then here equipment, no, it is an asset. Provision for depreciation, it will appear. Trade receivable, it is a current asset, it will not come. Then provision for irrecoverable debts, okay, it will come. Bank, it will not come. Trade payable will not come. Ordinary share capital, it will go to the balance sheet. General reserve, it will also go to the balance sheet. Okay, then retained earnings, it is not relevant. Okay, then dividend paid and ordinary shares, okay, this will go to the statement of changes in equity. Okay, I'll show you my next tutorial. Okay, so this is also not relevant to this account. Okay, so here what to write, what is the first item after gross profit? We need to write incomes. Yeah, add incomes. So what types of income are there in the business? Commission received, discount received, rent received, interest received. Okay, if you have these types of income in the questions, first of all you need to sum up with the gross profit. Okay, then you need to write all the expenses, you need to subtract all the expenses. Okay, so here in a question we see there is nothing about incomes. Okay, so we don't have to write anything here, so directly we will subtract the expenses. Okay, so let us write here first less expenses. So first of all we have rent and rates. Okay, it is our expense, so let us write here rent and rates. Okay, so here on the question we have rent and rates 12,460. We will not write here, we will write here. Now you might be thinking, why here? Well, we have an adjustment regarding rent and rates. Let us have a look at the adjustment. So here we see number 4, rent includes a payment of $2,250 for the 3 months from 1st October 2021 to 31st December 2021. Okay, so 1st October to 31st December. Our accounting closing year is 30 November 2021. Okay, it is written that for the year ended 30 November 2021. Okay, but here we paid until 31st December 2021. So here December month is not relevant to this financial year. So it is paid in advance. Okay, so here for 3 months from October, November, December, for 3 months business paid $2,250. Okay, this is for 3 months. So here 1 month amount is included which paid in advance. Okay, so let us divide by 3 and multiply by 1. Okay, so what do we get here? $750. Okay, this amount is paid in advance. Okay, so here we will write $750. Okay, now if we sum up, if we subtract this amount from here, we get $11,710. Okay, so this is rent and rates. Okay, then on the question we have wages. Yeah, it is also an expense. So let us write here wages. It is $24,380. Okay, why we wrote this amount here directly? Because we have nothing about this item. Okay, there is no adjustment, so we wrote directly in the dollar column. Okay, then on the question we have operating expenses, right? So it is also an expense, it will come here to calculate profit for the year. Operating expenses, it is $12,920. Okay, again we wrote here because we have an adjustment with this item. Okay, so here we see number 3, accrued operating expenses at 30 November 2021 were $415, okay, accrued. Accrued means outstanding, due, unpaid, area, owing. Okay, this all mean same. Okay, so here it is written accrued. So we will sum up. Yeah, so let us write here plus $450. So after addition we get here 13,335, right? Okay, now we have depreciation on the question, right? So let us write here depreciation. Okay, before we write, let us have a look at the question. Here we see equipment at cost $40,000, and next item is provision for depreciation of equipment is $17,500, and in the adjustment it is also written that number 2, depreciation on equipment is to be charged at 25% per annum using the reducing balance method. Okay, reducing balance method of depreciation, this seems complicated to many students, so I have so many videos on depreciation. If you want to watch, you can check out my channel, there is a playlist. Okay, so here reducing balance method, how does it work? You need to check the cost price. Okay, from the cost price you need to subtract the previous year's depreciation, okay, to calculate your net work value. And if you multiply the rate of depreciation by net work value, you will be able to calculate depreciation for the year. Okay, so here on the question we got cost price of equipment, it is $40,000, right? We have here provision for depreciation on the question. Okay, so here we will subtract the previous year depreciation $17,500. Okay, so if we subtract this amount, we will find net work value. Okay, so how much we find here? Here it is 500, here 2, okay, $22,500. Okay, this is net work value. Net work value equal to cost of the non-current asset minus depreciation. Okay, now we will multiply this amount by 25%, the rate of depreciation. Okay, so multiply by 25%. Okay, so what we get here, 5,625. Okay, so this is the amount of depreciation of equipment. Okay, so let us write here 5,625. so here we can write in the bracket if you want. So $40,000 minus 17,500 multiplied by 25%. Okay, very easy calculations. Okay, now here we wrote these three items and depreciation. These are relevant to the question. Okay, now here we have one more item in the adjustments. Okay, there is no other items in the question, the trial balance. Okay, so let us have a look at the adjustment number 5. Here it is written that the provision for doubtful debts is to be set at 4% on trade receivables. Yeah, you know, provision for doubtful debts related to the trade receivables. Okay, now we will calculate 4% on the trade receivable. Okay, so here on the question we have trade receivable, it is $9,800. Okay, this is the trade receivable on the question. We will multiply by 4%. So what we get here, $392, right? Okay, so now let us write here provision for doubtful debts. Okay, so here we calculated how much, $392. Okay, we will write this amount here, 392. Why this amount here? We have one more provision for doubtful debts on the questions. So here we see on the trial balance provision for irrecoverable debts. Irrecoverable debts and doubtful debts, same thing. Here we see $295 on the credit side. So $295, it is on the credit side. Okay, so here we will subtract this amount, minus 295. Okay, So here if we subtract, we get $97. Okay, so now question is, we calculated 4% on trade receivable. We get here $392. Okay, $392 we wrote here and we subtracted. So here this amount is greater than the amount we had on the trial balance, right? Okay, so in case if you calculate this amount which is less than this, the one in the trial balance, then what to do? Then you will not write here under this expense. Okay, you will write here under income. Okay, here first of all you will write provision for doubtful debts, which is greater amount on the trial balance. Then you will write provision for doubtful debts. You will subtract provision for doubtful debts which you calculated on the trade receivable. We will subtract under the income. Okay, not under the expense. Don't forget. Okay, it is not like always your provision for doubtful debts on the question on the trial balance will be less than the one you calculated. It will not be like this always. Okay, don't forget. So here we wrote everything. We have nothing more. So what to do now? We need to calculate. We need to check our total expense. Okay, here we have this 5. If we sum up, we get after the addition $55,147. Okay, so these are our expenses. Okay, now what to do? Now we will subtract this expense from the gross profit. Point to be noted, if expenses are more than incomes, it will be your loss for the year. So here we see gross profit 59,735. We have here expenses 55,147, which is less than this. So we will have here profit for the year. Okay, so let us write here, let us subtract. We get $4,588. Okay, so we will write here profit for the year. Okay, so this is how you need to prepare income statement. Next tutorial will be very important. I'll show you how to prepare statement of changes in equity.